CinemaRoles starts here. Welcome to another episode of Role Range, where we'll take one actor and three of their characters that really demonstrate their range and the broadness of their abilities. Tonight's episode will be about Larenz Tate. All right, first up, we'll just jump right in. We got the Inkwell 1994 Drew Tate. Drew Tate from Upstate. Drew is the ultimate nerd, right? He's visiting Martha's Vineyard from New York on a family vacation. Drew takes a doll everywhere he goes and has no friends. So it's past the average teen discomfort. It doesn't help that he's an only child. Maybe autistic. They hint around that. It's the 70s. I don't know. It is a standard coming of age movie, but his awkward ways, they never waver. I don't know if he ever comes of age. Well, he does, but not really. You know, unlike Mike from The Wood, who eventually he does get the hang of how to blend in. But Drew never really does. And it's a great thing that he has an amazing cousin played by Dwayne Martin, who is so at home in this role and is having the time of his life. He actually does take an interest in Drew. And this is just really great casting. I feel like Dwayne Martin had the most fun in this role out of any other role in his career. When he puts on that afro, he's just the life of the party, and he does take a genuine interest in Drew. He's not, playing him off like, oh, I don't know this nerd. Now, does he push Drew for more than he's ready for? Absolutely. For his own entertainment. They're just horn dogs at that age. But he's really good to Drew. I like to see their relationship blossom. And, of course, we know that he meets Lauren, played by the Jada Pinkett Not Yet Smith, and he is entirely out of his league and he knows it. So I'm just going to take a moment to stick up for Lauren, because we're supposed to be mad at her for quote unquote cheating with Morris Chestnut, but we knew that she wanted a real man. They go on half a date, have half a convo, half a lobster, and she's just supposed to be loyal? I don't think so. She wanted a man. She's experienced. She's obviously way more experienced than Drew. She's not saving herself. She wants big, hunky Morris Chestnut. And no, it's not right that they were sleeping around while he's married to AJ Johnson. But, they were more equally yoked. You know what I mean? Yeah, she said that she was going to go somewhere with you. But, it was one date. We feel bad for him. But feeling bad for him doesn't make her a villain. She's not wrong and you're not happy. It happens. Larenz, he's so good at playing nervous. Oh, my bad. I was just, it's so natural and it's so good and it's so cute. He does it so well. Next up on the list is, of course, Menace to Society, 1993, O-Dog. O-Dog is dangerous, but normal at the same time. And I know that's a funny kind of sentence, right? But he's normal at the same time. He has buddies. He hangs out. Now, I'll be the first to tell you, I'm not a fan of psychobabble. I'm not a fan of 2025 psychobabble, where we're diagnosing everyone without a degree. So forgive me if I'm incorrect on this diagnosis, but he seems like a great symbol for sociopathy, right? Because his crimes, they blend in with his normal life. He lives in the hood. He kills in the hood. He does not lie. And he doesn't manipulate. We'll compare him to Patrick Bateman. Compare him to Patrick Bateman from American Psycho. He hid his crimes. He wore a mask. He goes crazy and just kills for no reason at all. Where O-Dog, while it is definitely wrong, he kills simply when agitated. He treats human beings like a mosquito. The Asian guy at the beginning, he didn't have to say that about his parents. That was unwise. Just let him walk out the door. He has a gun. Are you insane? I don't think he knew he had a gun, but he should have known. The crackhead in the alley, yeah, he's annoying. And don't say I'll give you a sexual favor and I'm a man and you're a man. Don't do that. But don't kill him in the broad daylight. He does get agitated like a normal person, but his reactions are very abnormal. I wonder though, would O-Dog, like Patrick Bateman, would he kill a stranger just for fun? Like when Patrick just went down the alley and killed the homeless guy? Is that something that O-Dog would do? It's interesting that O-Dog got offended by the store owner talking about his mom, and O-Dog has no origins. We got a background on Kane's parents. Where are his parents? You know what I mean? These are areas where O-Dog is not normal. He never talks to girls. Not in the movie. You know, we see Kane pull up to this beautiful girl in the parking lot, but when does O-Dog talk to anybody? He's not worried about a girl. He's a 16-year-old boy that's not ugly. And the last thing he's thinking about is a girl. Like when Chauncey shows him that double barrel, he doesn't look at a girl in the whole movie the way he looks at that double barrel. You know, he's lusting over blood as bloodlust. He never talks to a girl, and like Drew, he's probably a virgin. The great comparison between O-Dog and Drew Tate from Upstate is that he look exactly the same. And I think that's hilarious. He has the same exact hairstyle. And it's like, oh my God, Drew, what happened? What happened to you? O-Dog turning into Drew is pretty interesting too, though. Like, oh, wow. That's a doll. You know, like, you're a totally different person. You really cleaned up. Good for you. What do you think O-Dog would have done if Lauren dumped him and he was waiting on the stairs? I don't see him running away in tears. Jada seems so much older than him in Menace to Society than she does in the Inkwell. Maybe it's the signature bob braids bob. Maybe because she's a mom in Menace to Society. So speaking of Jada, let's just take a look at let's just talk about the other ladies that he's worked with, because this man has an incredible roster. I mean, the only guy who could compete with Larenz Tate is maybe Will Smith, but Larenz has quite the lineup. Okay, we have Jada, right? And then we have Nia Long. Next up on the list is Ashanti. You remember they were making out on the window. Why you loud talking me? Why you loud talking me? You talking, I'm talking. Way after that, we got Megan on Deuces 2015. It's a great movie. It's probably on Netflix. It was on Netflix and I watched it. When he worked with Megan, it's like, wow, you haven't gotten to Megan yet? Because the only like big name baddies that he hasn't worked with are Sanaa Lathan and Gabrielle Union. Sanaa is just creme de la creme, right? And Gabrielle, I mean, you cannot go through a rom-com without seeing Gabrielle. She's all up and through the 2000s, but they never worked together. The last three women on this list: Layla Rashawn, Vivica A. Fox, Halle Maria Berry. Why Do Fools Fall in Love is his greatest performance. Why Do Fools Fall in Love is Larenz Tate's greatest performance ever. Now, I didn't officially include it in the role range because it is a bio. Same thing with Dead Presidents. It's a historical drama of sorts, and it's a very, very, very busy film. So I didn't include it, but I still had to take the time to mention it because Frankie is a mixture of Drew and O-Dog. I probably could say the same for the character in Dead Presidents. A little bit of Drew, and then you get a little bit of O-Dog. It's a really magical thing about Larenz Tate, and you can't say this about everybody. With Larenz, there is no in between. He is either sweet as pie, smooth as suede shoes, or he's going to show his behind. He's an angel or a demon. There's no gray ground. You're going to get this or you're going to get that. It's scary. It's scary how quickly he can change. Larenz, he has a lot of character-driven performances. Like, oh, okay, he's that guy. The characters come first in a lot of his stuff. He represents a lot of real people who are really out there and really exist. Why Do Fools Fall in Love? I watch it regularly. I own it. It's so good because I love courtroom dramas, courtroom comedies, courtroom. You know, I love Time to Kill, Legally Blonde, courtroom episodes like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when Uncle Phil's the landlord, they have a lawsuit, and the other one when they have a car accident with Theo. Why Do Fools Fall in Love? It has the perfect conundrum: 3 wives, a big bag of money, and 1 man who's not here to tell the story. What I would give to have Frankie on the stand to tell us what really went down. Get up out that grave and tell us what you have to say. It's the perfect problem, and it's a true story. You got the nerve to write the song "Why Do Fools Fall in Love," but we want to know why do fools fall in love with 3 women simultaneously. I love the pacing. To me, pacing is everything. Because how dare you not try to catch my attention in the first 5 minutes of this movie? Starts off in jail. She hears a song. She calls her lawyer. Okay, I'm about to get out. What I gotta do? Goes to the office. Immediately, gets into conflict with these three girls, with the other two girls. Oh, Miss Thing knows me. Hallie is so great in that movie. I could quote it endlessly till we're all sick in the head. They sling some insults for a minute, and then next thing you know, order in the court. Everyone has their lawyers. Okay, everyone, take a seat. Let's get started. And it's like, okay, let me grab my popcorn and a blanket because this is about to get good. So that is, even though it's not included officially on the role range as role number 3, I did need to mention that. And final role that you want to throw in the role range, we got Tate, Old Dog, and now we have from Love Jones, 1997, Darius Lovehall. Now, I haven't seen Love Jones as many times as I've seen maybe Menace Society. And none of these movies are like my favorite. I just love Larenz in them. We've already established what my favorite is. But Love Jones, he's artsy, he's cool. He's not polished, like he's not a bad guy, but he's just out here, you know. He doesn't know how love works. But he's not a hound, you know. He's not a villain. He's just out here trying to figure things out. I'm a writer. I talk to some girls. I look good. I do poetry, and he doesn't really know what to do when he meets Nina. He says to want to be defunct to your right eye, your left eye. He's all over the place when we meet his character. I like how they capture that part in a man's life, or any person's life with no kids. I'm educated. I got the whole world in front of me. He just thought all about him, and that's just the way you should be at that age. I'm 25, I'm 26. I'm trying to make something happen. But for me, as a couple, I just don't see that there are a couple that you want to root for. You tongue kissed a couple times on a Friday night, and we're supposed to be all in, and I guess it is hypocritical because I do root for Jack and Rose and Titanic, right? She's like 17, she met this homeless guy, whatever. But that's different. I just don't know if it's worth the back and forth. I mean, they didn't give me love. They gave me comfortable lust where when the deed is done, they don't have to roll out of bed immediately. They can be cool, like really like a real friends with benefits. Because usually when someone says friends with benefits, they're not your friend. They're just not with you. But they just seem like they could be really cool friends with benefits. They got a lot of common. I don't see where, oh God, this is true love and I'm really rooting for them. I'm kind of not. I'm just kind of indifferent. The movie is just a big aesthetic dessert, you know. It's pretty, and I don't want to minimize it, but it's a pretty movie. It has the jet black center part, you know. They're wearing leather. What do you want from me? They're on a motorcycle. It's bluish. What do you want? Like, it's just kind of an art movie for me. They try to boost up the stake by making them go back and forth in Chicago and New York. But whatever, they're moving all around. That doesn't make the relationship seem meaningful. You just tongue kissed at one time. It happened. It happened. That doesn't mean you should build a whole life out of it. Like, can you imagine them being married? Like, no. What is the relationship that Larenz was in that you root for? Let me take another look at his roster. Who do we really give a rat's behind about? Let's see. Yeah, I rooted for. Yeah, okay. You know, I'm gonna. I'm gonna eat a little bit of crow here because I rooted for Drew and Lauren more than you root for Darius and Nina, because who cares? And the Inkwell, they're cute, and she's running from the lobster and blah blah blah. And you know, Jada doesn't play a lot of bougie. That was her only like bougie role that she played. You know, she usually plays like round the way, but she was so good as the bougie girl. Nobody really talked about that, but she really sold me on. You're my son. I'm trying to tan. Like she really sold me as an East Coast Valley girl. I rooted for them a lot more in the Inkwell versus Love Jones. I'm sorry. Old Dog, Drew, next to Darius Lovehall. He is an average guy, so it's really good that they threw in the fact that he was a writer and he was actually finding success as a writer. He was in his groove. He's not just some guy with some job. He does construction somewhere. Something vague and boring that would have killed the character. The character would have suffered. The fact that they gave him art, you know, art gives you life. So my favorite character out of Drew, Old Dog, and Darius, it would have to be Old Dog. I mean, offering the burger as the man lies at your feet. He was unbelievable. That's the end of role range here for Larenz Tate. Thank you so much for joining me. There will be some new episodes coming up real soon. Thank you for joining.